does it stay interesting? Because of the non-organic choices the computer makes about how things loop, and it gives it that really kind of disturbing, unhuman quality and look.
Dawn has really been, always in our working relationship, great about producing material that I can react to.
1, 2.
Most dances get made to music that's already composed. That's the typical way. And it's really always been our practice somehow that the dances get made first.
So with Troika Ranch, it's more like a dialectical process where you start off with an idea, you use it as a generator, a motor to produce material, and then you reflect back on what you've done so far, restructure that and develop new material to make it come close to what further down the line the aim of the whole thing is.
Now I'm trying to figure out how to get out of the loop. Kind of the idea of the loop diver, which has not been fully fleshed out yet.
Because what you see is you see someone repeating a material, repeating a material, repeating a material, and you think maybe they're just stuck. And in fact, it gradually, slowly changes and turns into something else.
What is that moment that allows you to break free of your repetitive patterns?
Isadora is all over this piece in that I created this specific tool to loop the improvised videos that the dancers then learn. It's just that it's not apparent because it's in their bodies. It's not on a projection screen that you go, oh, that's a computer thing. And so Isadora, that process is everywhere in this piece.
So it can take sound, lights, source, video source, sound source, whatever it is, and send it through whatever manipulation you choose to sound, lights, video.
But our set designer has been working on designs in conversation with Peter and Mark and I about fleshing out the set into something more than just 3 pieces of wax paper. Because while the wax paper was cost effective and made for a nice image, it's a little simplified for what we really like to have as a statement in the set. And then when we're in Nebraska next in November, we'll integrate the set.
I mean, it's a bit funny, you know, being from Nebraska, because I know about a calmer life there, and I grew up in that situation. I remember it whenever I go back. It's also good sometimes, I think, to be in a place that feels exotic to you, or that also you don't have family and friends. There's a lot of focus here for people when they're away from their homes.
Eventually getting to the trio, my thought was out of the trio they get to that sort of 12-step idea. And then there's the chair confrontations, which then eventually they all end up back in the chairs and Lucia ends up at the floor by Joe. That's what I'd like to get for today.
When we come to Nebraska next time, we're bringing our set designer, and Dawn mentioned these designs for the set, because the set piece, instead of just being these flat screens, is a kind of screen that it's difficult to imagine, but it's flat, and then using a certain mechanism, it literally kinds of explodes and turns into almost like shards of glass and becomes 3-dimensional. And that's going to be the moment at which some of the imagery that I had thought of way back in the beginning that we didn't feel worked for the previous work-in-progress performance, or that we won't use it here either, that I think I'll finally be able to bring that into fruition. That's when you're going to see that moment happen.